about to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action. What we
Patience to the independent woman, to the one working hard for hers. This is just my way of letting you know I see you, baby. And I brought a friend along to help me show my appreciation the right way. Ladies, Mr. Jamie Foxx. Mr. Fox, ladies.
I love her 'cause she got her own. She don't need mine, so she leave mine alone. There ain't nothing that's more sexy than the girl that won't but don't need me. Young, independent, yes, she work hard, but you can't tell from the way that she walks. She don't slow down 'cause she ain't got time to be complaining. Surely gon' shine. She don't expect nothing from no guy. She plays aggressive, but she's still shy. But you never know her softer side by looking in her eyes. Knowing she can do for herself makes me wanna give her my love. Yeah, yeah. Only kind of girl I want. Independent queen working for her phone. I love her 'cause she got her own. She got her own. I love her 'cause she got her own. She got her own. I love it when she says, I got it, I got it, I got it. I love it when she says, I got it, oh, I got it. Remix. I love her 'cause she got her own. She don't need mine, she's leave mine alone. There ain't nothing that's more sexy than a girl that wants but don't need me. Love me face, I stick by. Driving back just my trial, sexy face.
Hey. Hey. Here I come. Hey. Yeah. Welcome. Hello, everyone. Welcome to From the Streets to Glory. And I am Miss Ashley. And if you are a sub here or you a friend here, you are part of the Glory family. Thank you. I appreciate all you guys. And shout out to you guys. If my little one or two people drop me a little comment, I love you. Thank you. Okay. Ain't no thing. Every time I'm not up here, I feel like I'm on the phone. Hello? Can y'all hear me? But I also think it's cool. Some days I just want to chill, sit back, and do my little show. Okay? Little for now. But nonetheless, we are here. It's Wednesday. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Oh, yeah. I got everything but one thing, but I can think. Anyway, so we're going to get into Miss Ashlee Janae and all the controversy. You know what I mean? We know this young lady went to Tanzania on a trip and had a proposal, and her fiance were at villas, and then it went to shit after that. Yeah, excuse the baby, they so ghetto. But we'll get into that. Also, we'll get into Quavo at Cardi's concert. I'm trying to remember, y'all, because I wrote it down and I left it in the other room and I don't feel like running back. So I'm just going to use my little brain that I have, okay? Who else? Farrah Abraham. Now, do you guys remember her? She is from Teen Mom. And you know, Farrah's always been very controversial, but she is a familiar face that we in our community know, okay, especially my generation, okay? We do know who these teen moms are. They actually up in age with us. They probably about, Farrah, she probably about 35. Okay, I'm 38, so yeah, she right there. But that, and then Nick Cannon had another sit down. He always say something that make me feel away, so I just think it's something that we should look at. But let's go ahead and get into our show. We're gonna go ahead and get into Put It On or Put It Up. Okay. Let's do that. So, Put It On or Put It Up. That's our little sad fashion segment where we get into some of our celebrities who are out in their everyday life. We get into runway shows. We get into creators and up-and-coming stylists and big labels and all the great things fashion, okay? So, let's do that. All right. So, first things first, we did go over a few looks in Coachella the other day, but I didn't get to get my curvy and plus size girls, and there was a few of us out that looked good, and I think it's cute. So, I'm always gonna represent. So, do not hate. Let them go. No music because I don't want to get flagged too early. Okay, they was outside and I can't do that heat, but I'll see you girls. Okay, give me that hair. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So the plus size baddies was out for Coachella too. Of course, they didn't get enough spotlight. So here at our Put It On, Put It Up, everybody gets a spotlight. So put some clothes on, bring the babies out. We will showcase it. Thank you. Put it on. Okay, so let's get into FKA Twigs. And I'm actually proud of this because it's been a few times, and I hate to say it, only way I can really describe it, it's a little so I enjoyed this look on her. I don't mind you. I just like it. I think it's creative. I like it. She looks like a tree, just a beautiful tree growing out. So I think she did great this time. Great look, great pick. Good job. FKA Twigs, put it on. All right, and Anna Hathaway, okay, the Princess Bride. She's giving us whimsical right now. She's going to Mother Mary premiere, okay? And I like this. I think she looks beautiful. It's a great gown. I think it's fun. I like that it's nude and kind of see-through, but not see-through. I think it's great. Thank you. Now, you don't have to agree. If you don't agree, just say you don't agree. Put it in the comments. It's a yes, it's a no. Right now, I'm cheating. I'm saying yes. Okay. Thank you. Now, I put Rocky in here because I know I'm not the only person who has not seen the baby. This is the first time I see Rihanna's youngest daughter. Okay? This is the baby wearing a $10,000 little scarf hat. What do you call these? Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to see her. Okay. Now she gonna grow right out of that hat next month. Okay, I hope you donate it. But she looks so precious. Okay, in that dress too. All right, that's the first time I see the baby. The baby look good, labeled out, dressed out. Put it on, little baby. And Doechii. Doechii. Thank you, Doechii. Thank you, Doechii. I appreciate it. Doechii was out. When did we see Doechii last? I think it was the Grammys or some fashion, and she had the thing with the jewels on her neck, and she had her hair up, and she had the big gown, that drug that was burgundy. And I wasn't in love with it. She looked great, but I wasn't in love with it. But this. This is what Doechii likes to do. She likes this neck dress. I'm noticing that's her go-to, and she likes it. This one is done very well. I like these peacock feathers. I like this ruching on this skirt and this see-through. And the skin looks phenomenal. Makeup looks great. The slick back, Doechii, thank you. I haven't seen you in a while, so I appreciate it. She is wearing Delara Finakonglu, okay? SS23, okay? Thank you, Doechii. I needed that. Some clothes I can be excited for. Okay, here we go. This is the first time round, okay? Now, this is the first time that I'm a little up and down about this Zendaya look, okay? Zendaya has been on her streak right next to Tiana Taylor, but tonight I'm gonna say Tiana Taylor took the lead, okay? When I just seen her at Coachella, it was 100%. I like this, it looks nice, but I think it's taking away something on the neck. I don't know if the collar is just too big for me, and I can't get the neck that I want from her. And I know she is walking and posing, but it looks fun, okay? Today, Zendaya, first time in history. Everybody can judge me. I'm gonna say put it up, okay? Call me every name in a book. I don't like it today. Sorry. Okay. Miss Tiffany Haddish, the controversial Tiffany Haddish. Now, we haven't seen Tiffany Haddish in a while. If you have, you're probably a great fan that keeps up with her, all right? So, Tiffany Haddish looks great, okay? Tiffany Haddish is a beautiful lady, but sometimes she's just thrown together. Not saying that she meant that, but I don't know. I'm not going to go there. We don't have an old Tiffany Haddish to compare. So, we're going to go from today. I love this look on her. I think she looks clean. She looks polished. I like this pale, I don't know if it's blue, gray, purple, I don't know, okay? It's like the blue gold dress. I can't tell. I like this flip bob. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, she did. Good job, Tiffany. Okay? Great job. Now, you know she said she'd wear it again. And then she had this one on. Now, I don't know how she changed or what she went to go do. But, yes, thank you, Tiffany. Okay, been a minute. Look like she been working out. Up the collarbone. Yeah, I'm behind the screen, so I can't really give you the emotions that I'm going through right now. But I always tell you sometimes I see something that gets better as we go on. Yes, ma'am. And I like people that enjoy what they wearing, you know. And we got Jocelyn with a pop-up today, okay? Tell the world that she's expecting baby number 2, okay? Now, I don't know what baby this is for him, or even if it's his first, but congratulations. I think this is great for them. And we don't get a lot of ballistic, but I've been able to judge him off Jocelyn's other daughter, and she calls him dad, and you can tell that he's involved with her as a father figure. So I think this is a great addition to their family, and congratulations. She looks beautiful, and her mommy look okay. You know, I like the bellies and her little pale pink and her coach. Great job, Jocelyn. Relax, okay? Don't stress yourself out now. We a little older now, so yeah. Yes, ma'am. You look great, okay? Ballistic, I'm not going to get you because this is for the family, but yeah. Put it on, Jocelyn. Then we got Adam Sandler, Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock, Okay, they were there to support their kids at the roommates premiere. Now, I haven't seen any of these guys' children since they were small on the red carpet, so let's take a look, okay? Well, they look good. Chris Rock finally getting some weight on them. Look, I'm going to tell you one thing. No matter how skinny you were your whole life, when you get up in age, you get a little, you can tell, you know, because Chris Rock always been bony, okay? But he look like he getting a little weight on him, okay? Naturally, I'll say, okay? It's healthier for you, okay? And Eddie Murphy, Adam Sandler looks like Adam Sandler, you know what I mean? Sandler. Yeah, they look good. So, here are our children. I guess this woman is his new wife or someone. I'm not sure. I don't know who Eddie Murphy dates, but this is his daughter. She is the daughter of the other lady who was on the Basketball Wives or Housewives. She was on one of them shows, or the Housewives or something. You know who I'm talking about. Her and Lisa Ray had a little moment, you know. She one of the ones that Lisa actually said something about, but it's not about her mama. But I just want you to picture her face and Eddie, and this is the daughter, okay? She looks great. I think she looks good. Excuse me. Okay, and Adam Sandler's wife is so cute. I did not know she was so cute. Okay, and these are the daughters. They look good, okay? You see the one on the left, she said, yeah, okay? And then you got the one that probably just like her daddy. She don't care to be here. It don't even matter. They look great. Then Chris Rock daughter, okay? Looking like her daddy, looks cute. Good job, y'all. Oh, the family, you know I like the family, okay? Put it on, okay? And Jacquees, the self-proclaimed king of R&B, okay? You know that was a big controversy. So look, he's standing on it. I'm gonna let him have it, okay? So Jacquees, y'all know I'm a little country, okay? So he turned 32, okay, and he got his Gucci shades on. I like a man in a white suit. Got his dreads twisted up, looking fresh. He looks very good. Yes, I like the scarf. Okay, Jacquees was modeling. Okay, are we gonna keep it real? He looks great. Good job. Yes. Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna let you go because he had a birthday shoot. Okay. Get him a kiss. Okay, put it on. Happy birthday. Okay. And then we got Mike. Okay. I've been putting Mike Epps in here because Mike Epps been putting some clothes on. The rest of y'all afraid, okay? So, he been putting some clothes on. And especially, we trying to figure out what 40 plus supposed to wear to keep them from looking like YNs. I don't have nothing to do with it. These are the stories that they talk about. So, I don't know what he got on. He said he in the UK. Okay. He looked like he went into Steve Harvey's closet, okay? Maybe the big suit's coming back. But Mike Epps is a handsome man. And I really like the shoes, okay? Yeah. See how that got better? Now he put it on, okay? Shout out to Mike Epps. I'm going to leave you right there so they don't have nothing to say. Put it on, Mike Epps. Thank you. Okay. And Keith Lee popped out. We ain't seen Keith Lee in a minute, okay? I'm not mad at it. He got a two-piece on. It looked like somebody made it because I do watch a lot of the boys who get their Ewan stitching on, and they make some great suits, and the hat go with it. So let's take a look. He's coming down the tunnel at the J Hood show. Okay. How we feel? How we feel? You know how I like my blue, okay, cuz? Ain't no shade. I love you too, blood. Look, I'll be acting up a little bit because I'm behind this camera. Y'all know I'm usually out here in these streets. Go ahead, okay? Okay. Keith Lee looks good. I'm not mad at him. He looks cool. I like the knitted look. I wonder if it was a black creator or is it who made it, okay? Looks good. Put it on. Thank you. Okay, and Sierra Ruster, they stepped out for the annual Fit Gala. Okay. Yes, ma'am. I don't know. Every time I see Sierra in something bigger, I assume she pregnant, allegedly. But every time I see her, that's what I be thinking. I'm just gonna say that it's just alleged. I'm assuming, may not be, might just be the tie on the belly. But I'm here for the dress. She looks good. I love the color. Some type of light champagne. She glowing though. She glowing. I ain't gonna wish that on her though. I ain't wishing it on nobody. But that's that. I'm put it on or put it up. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you say I'm feisty, but I'm not even feisty. I'm just a little spicy, so you better not try me. I mean, you better not try me. I'm not my type, so you better not bite me. Yeah, you say that I'm feisty, but I'm not even feisty. I'm just a little spicy, so you better not try me. I mean, you better not try me. I'm not my type, so you better not bite me. Yeah.
Okay. That's for Cora. Every time I do that, Cora be like, what is that song? I'm like, you ain't seen it? Well, I don't know what to tell you, Pooh. What's going on with my screen? All right, then. So, on that note, this is the time for y'all to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, okay? I got to reroute some things. Sometimes when, you open your boxes too early and been sitting up there, they want to do what they want to do. But, here we go. Be patient with me. Every time I think I got it together, something happened. Here we go. Countdown. There we go. You said that I'm feisty. This is your favorite time to like and subscribe. Okay, here we go. Booyah, the show must go on. All right, so it's been a little controversy. Every time a woman of a particular age say something or speak about younger men, everybody got something to say. So Nia Long opens up about her love life and says dating younger men is fun. I do like younger, though I think there's something fun about younger. Let's listen.
Used to be an uptick in women enjoying the company of younger men.
I like this idea.
I'm a big fan of this.
I love it.
Have
Why
you
not?
given that a spin yet?
See, I told you I'm not really
out there.
I got to get out there.
You got to get on the apps.
No.
They have one for famous people.
They do?
They do.
What's it called?
Raya.
I've heard of Raya.
But people are on Raya.
I can't be on Raya because I wouldn't even keep up. They'll be like, she's the flakiest date app person. Get her off of here. I'd probably be kidding.
So I guess I'm not rich enough to know about Raya, so I'm not here. But hey, they on Raya, y'all.
Kicked off because I'd be like, that was a corny. Like, I'm so picky.
Yeah.
I'm really picky. I do like younger, though. I think there's something fun about younger.
Young is fun.
Young is fun.
Young is fun.
And they also go home.
That's true. That's true.
I like a go home.
There seems to be.
Okay. Now, as a woman, of course, I understand and didn't feel no type of way. And like we were saying, Nia Long is probably 50-something. And when she means younger, I don't think she means little boys in their 20s and stuff like that. But I can see her 37-ish, yeah, 38-ish, maybe a 40. That is younger for her. You know what I mean? And like she said, they could go home. Okay? So, I don't know. People blew it out of proportion. Somebody right here, wait a minute, said She is 55 years old. She is not talking about a YN in a sense that y'all mostly use it, 18 to 25. She's talking 35 to 45. We can assume. I assume with you. Somebody else was saying that if that was a man, we'll be calling her all type of other things. I think you guys took it out of proportion. I think outside of Nia Long being a lady, okay, and I can say that because that's how she presents herself, okay? All these decades, we ain't seen her out here acting a fool, being raggedy, raunchy, and all that type of stuff. So, I know she's smart enough to assume or mean someone that's mature but younger than her, okay? I'm going to assume. But you never know. Things change. People get hot, want to try new things. So maybe we'll see something younger in her future. We know Tia Mowry's out here, okay? So you never know. That's on that. You tell me how you feel, okay? Do you think she's wrong for saying younger? Okay, younger can mean anything. She said it's fun. She don't sound like she means something serious or, yeah, I can tell. She didn't go into depth. She just kind of left it at the surface. So think what you want. Leave me alone. Thank you. Okay, so we talked about Katy Perry Monday because Ruby Rose came out and said that she was SA'd by Katy Perry. She said that they were in the club. She pulled up her dress, squatted down, and rubbed her privates across her face. I know that gets raunchy. That's the cleanest I can do. But we had this conversation. I like the updates. So a rep of Katy Perry's responded, okay? This is in People's Magazine. It says, a rep for Perry denied the claims in a statement shared on Monday, April 13th. The allegations being circulated on social media by Ruby Rose about Katy Perry are not only categorically false, they are dangerous, reckless lies, says Perry's rep. Ms. Rose has a well-documented history of making serious public allegations on social media against various individuals, claims that have repeatedly been denied by those named. Okay? So this sounds like they're going to play Ruby Rose like she's crazy. Okay? Allegedly. This is my opinion, and I'm assuming nothing that I says to hurt or harm anyone in any of the videos. Okay? Okay? So, throwing up the other claims and people denying them and stuff like that. So he's already putting his case together. I heard that the FBI actually is investigating this. Okay, I'll get to that later because that's in a whole different section. I'm not gonna mix up my books today for that. So, but yeah, and that's that on that. So I said that I will wait to see what Katy Perry says. This is her response, okay? Of course, she used a rep, so we'll see what comes of that. Ruby Rose also said that there were other people in the club and that she had lots of witnesses who saw everything go down. So we'll see how that works in due time. Thank you. Alright, so story time, okay? This man has a stepson, okay? And I'm guessing that he disciplined his son which way. And maybe the young man got upset and told his dad. And his dad had something to say. So I'm going to read it to you. And then we'll talk about it, okay? So, Jalen Oakley. Is that my phone? Sorry, y'all. Let me get some water. Why is that so-called biological fathers only step in when it's time to be ignorant, but never when it's beneficial for the child? Zoe's college fund was created by me. his clothes paid by me, summer camps, tutoring, basketball team, etc., all by me in capital letters. Even the bed Zoe sleeps in, Zoe, I'm assuming is the son, sleeps in, and the roof over his head. What makes this clown think he has more authority over him than me? Let's read the text messages. Ooh. So, he said, this the dad. He said, this Tevin, Zoe dad. You putting hands on my son, boy? Okay? Absolutely. You're damn right. Okay? He said, absolutely. Jalen came off the back, said, don't play with me, dog. Absolutely. You pay no bills in this house. You have no say so in what goes on. And then dad says, I don't know. Wait a minute. Okay, the other daddy said, I don't appreciate that. And it can get bad for you out here, boy. I don't play about mines. If Zoe get out of line, you call me. It ain't your place. Or have Dasmine do it. Okay, I guess that's the mama. Not Jasmine, Dasmine. Not you. He said, you're years behind in child support. Okay? Nothing going towards his college education, and now you want to play dad when it's ignorance involved? You have no authority here, and Zoe will be punished again for speaking to outsiders about what goes on in this house. Now, punishment don't mean that he getting beat or nothing like that, okay? He can be getting his tablet took. He can be stuck in a room. You know, all you got to do is take the game. So, and like you said, I'm the one been taking care of your son. I'm the one doing this and that. And I also know how it is when kids get upset. We all know this story when we got somebody who got another daddy or something, and we all family and everything, until that sibling or something gets upset with dad, and then now you want to go and tell your real daddy like he gonna do something about it, okay? We know how they go. And kids do play dangerous games too, because things do happen. So, let's read the rest, okay? His college education, and now you want to play dad when it's ignorance involved? You have no authority here, and Zoe will be punished again for speaking to outsiders about what goes on in his house. You can't discipline him. I ain't gonna say it again. If he called me saying you whooped him again, we gonna make a major problem, big dog. We gonna have a major problem, big dog. Okay, so he did say he whooped him, okay? Show up here and you won't leave on your own. Also, I got a lawyer to contact the Attorney General for your missing CS child support. You'll be in prison soon, big dog. He talking about you foul if you for real. Now, this is not actually a laughing matter. Jalen just got a smart ass mouth, and I understand the English of it all. So, I don't know. Only reason we can say something is because he brought it to the internet, okay? One, I wouldn't have brought it to the internet, okay? Because y'all still gonna be the dads in the end, you know, and y'all think you guys gonna have to learn to get along. You're gonna have to sit down, figure out what is Jalen doing where it caused him to need a spanking, okay? I'm gonna use that word because some of these people are a little hung up and you can't even say the W word no more. They think it's worse than worse, okay? I believe in discipline one way or another, okay? But that's just me. So I'm gonna say spanking, okay? I know most of us would say bet nobody touch my child, put their hands on my child, but it also depends on how involved this parent is in the child. Is Jalen dad all the time and picking them up in the morning, dropping them off for school, bringing dinner in the house, working hard hours, paying all the bills. He said he paying for everything that this young man has going on. I know money don't mean a thing, but I would think he would come correct if he brought it to the internet. So I don't know. So I just need y'all to sit down and figure it out, okay? If it's that bad, then call somebody, okay? If it ain't that bad, you might need to, I don't know, Dad, you need to mind your business. Unless you're going to be more involved about everything, you might just have to mind your business. And you're going to have to take it on the chin and talk to your son. And I wondered if he even asked him, like, what happened? How did we get here? Okay. What did he say? These comments show me why we raise so many young people who have zero respect for anything. How was somebody good enough to take care of your son in every aspect of life, but not good enough to discipline him when he's out of line? Yeah, all y'all in the comments siding with the deadbeat is cooked mentally. Growing up, if I was outside in the neighborhood cutting up, the next door neighbor could come and check me. And my parents had no problem with that, okay? Since y'all not in here, we're going to use the comments today, okay? But that's what I said. The dad that's not around, he might have to sit this one out. You talk to your baby mama. You had a conversation with her. If she sides with the husband, then I'm going to say then you're out of line. I'm going to leave it at that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Tell me how you feel in the comments. Okay. Let's get into our favorite brother. So our favorite amigo is out tonight, okay? So he's at Cardi's Little Miss Drama tour. And the people think he's being messy. Especially after Offset just got pow this week, okay? So he's at the concert. Everybody's at the concert. They want to put him on the big screen. They want to play Migos. So who's really being messy? Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't think Cardi B did not know that Quavo was coming. I think that Quavo gave her a heads up. I do. One, I don't think he would want the drama. And two, why would they put him on the screen and play the music? Okay? Now, this is all alleged. This just be me in my head giving my little opinion. Okay, y'all? So, but I think it's messy. But I also don't think that they're cool. You know what I mean? When Offset got pal the other day, Quavo put in his story praying hands, okay? And that was it. We haven't heard any more. We didn't know if he even popped up to see him or anything. So, I'm going to say, ever since all the takeoff stuff, you know, they've been a lot distant. And I think they just still at that place, and he just ain't care. He either didn't care, or he just wanted to be an ass. I don't know, okay? But I think they've been cool the whole time. I do. I think they've been cool the whole time. Now, if you think about it, they've really been family, okay? So, there you have it, okay?
You ain't bad. You ain't bad. You ain't bad. You ain't nothing. You ain't nothing.
Okay. And then Cardi B brought out Trina. Now, Cardi has been doing this thing where she been bringing out the girl rappers. And I'm talking about, well, she brought Sexy Red out. She brought Lil' Kim out. And now she bringing out Trina. And I don't think this is a bad thing. I'm really here for Trina because I don't think Trina gets the flowers that she deserves. You know what I'm saying? Just when we talking about female hip hop and rap and stuff like that, okay? Cause Trina did run Miami and she did bring that sound. I didn't know nothing about all that Miami stuff until Trina, okay? Miss what's the lady? I'll pop into it right now. I can't think of her name. I see her face though. That nookie. That's when I was getting into like Miami music. I can't think of her name. That good. I can't think of it. I can see the video. I can see her. But bringing that type of rap, Trina was the one that I sing. Okay, so I just think though she don't get her flowers all the time. I think this was cute for them. And while we was there with Messy Quavo, we might as well be here with Messy Cordy because I know she also allegedly trying to playing her side as I'm the girl's girl and I'm gonna bring out the girls because she would never bring out the girls, and y'all could put she in the blank. Okay, this is just me being a little messy. Everybody being messy, Quavo being messy, so I'm just gonna be a little messy. Okay, but shout out to Trina, okay, girl? Now I can't show you the other video because Cardi was twerking and it was a lot out, okay? But moving on. Shout out to everybody.
But now he's rich. And once you're rich, now you don't want to be a killer anymore. Now you want to be rich. Ask all these little people who ran to their mommy about everything, about how Gucci's not supposed to snitch, about being abducted and losing out on a huge amount of money. They're such liars. Every one of these people be running crying to the police. Taking Gucci's side because he got abducted and he didn't want to go back to prison. He did his time for not being a snitch. So now he's got to forever do time. Now that Gucci's rich, he's allowed to call the cops. That's my view.
Someone was like, well, his name ain't Pooh.
So he said now that Gucci's rich, he's allowed to call the cops. He said Gucci already did his time for not snitching. So does that mean he gotta do time for not snitching forever? Okay. So, and he said all these people that's talking about Gucci is snitch and all that type of stuff will be doing the exact same thing, which we do know. Okay? I just like how he spit it there real quick one time, and I'm like, I'm right there with you. And we be the ones fighting in the comments about being tough and gang banging and who ain't snitching. These white people doing what they want to do, okay? We be the ones, okay? Call the police. Thank you. Okay, let's get into some serious stuff. So, Miss Ashlee Janae has been all over the news and the internet for the last couple of days. And I know by now you all know the story. She's a lifestyle influencer, and she was dating this white man, and they was in an interracial relationship, and they were broadcast over the internet. And she went to Tanzania in Africa, and I'm trying to put the story together because it's crazy. They were in a room, in a villa. You gotta say a villa because you gotta kind of vision time frames. Because this man... Okay, let me get to that part. Okay. They were in a villa together. They had some type of spat. They're alleging that she called... Her mom said that she called her, said they got into it. I guess it wasn't big enough. It wasn't that big, or she made it not that big because it didn't seem like her mom was alarmed. It just a, relationship, little fight. Okay. Then the man I guess the people heard them fighting. I don't know how they heard them fighting. They in villas. That was one thing that would seem like a lie to me when they said people was hearing it. So the people came up to the front. Came to their doors, and they end up getting separate rooms. Okay, so they saying the fiance, because he proposed to her on the trip, and they got video of that, her and him propose, and it's a lie. And I know you see this video by now because it's been over the news. Proposed to her. So he gets another room, which is a villa, and they say that it's actually 8 to 10 minute walk away, like 200 meters away. Okay. I guess someone was cleaning them. Somebody gonna tell the story. I'm just trying to catch up. How she got to the point where she was unalived, for is what I'm thinking. Somebody was cleaning. She borrowed a charger from one of the cleaners. When the man got done, he had came back to knock on the door. He knocked on the door to see where she was, I guess to get his charger. She didn't answer. He said the lights was out, so something prompted him to use his spare key. He opened the door, and he heard a noise some which way in the room, but she was in like the clothes hanger. You know how hotels got your wardrobe, the wardrobe area. And she was there in the closet struggling. But instead of getting her down or trying to, he ran for help. And I'm not going to say anything because he probably was scared out of his mind. You know what I mean? You never know when you see certain things how you're going to react, okay? Especially if you haven't been through it. So, he ran to get help. They came, got her down. They called the ambulance and everything, and I guess then the fiance showed up. Okay? That was just my quick run through of all the information that
My daughter Ashlee.
So this was like the first interview after the mom got news and what she was saying.
She's no longer here with us, and we're trying to find out why.
On April 5th, influencer Ashlee Robinson, who goes by Ashlee Janae on Instagram, was celebrating her 31st birthday in Zanzibar, Tanzania. She was on the vacation with her boyfriend of 1 year, who popped the question just 2 days before.
She was starting the next chapter of her life. She called us and FaceTimed us to share with us her travel.
Ashlee's mother says she never would have expected that less than a week later, her daughter would be dead. On April 8th, she says Ashlee called saying she and her fiance got into an argument and were moved to separate rooms. The next day, she received another call, this time from her fiance.
He told me that Ashlee did something to herself and that she was being taken to the hospital. I said, what happened when? And he told me it had been 11 hours prior. My daughter Ashlee.
So when he finally contacts the mom, it was 11 hours prior. And of course we all said, why would you take 11 hours to contact her mother or anybody? You guys are in Africa and she's unalive, okay?
Hours later, the luxury resort the couple was staying at called saying that Ashlee passed away. According to the hospital's medical report, Ashlee had an unidentified mark around her neck. They wrote, according to her husband, he found she hung herself on the door with several question marks.
And this is where I get confused because they said he found, and then I heard it was a cleaner or somebody, because this other story about a charger came up, and then I thought, well, maybe the husband brought a charger so she could use it. But then they were saying the person said she said come back in 10 minutes. It's so many different news outlets, even the African ones, and they did a press conference and actually had to retract some things that they said, because they were saying that she unalived herself by strangulation or whatever, and that she was in a closet and it was a belt, okay? And of course we all thinking, okay, would that be strong enough? We know how them hotel closets are, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna let them finish before I put my 2 cents in.
Jill went back to the room with security, and that's how they found her.
Ashlee was also taken to a second hospital, who listed her cause of death as cerebral hypoxia by strangulation and suffocation.
She's never done anything that would ever lead me to believe that she would do something to harm herself.
And the family says next they are considering going to Zanzibar themselves to try to get as many answers as possible. Now, we also tried to directly contact Ashlee's fiance, the resort, and the embassy, but we did not hear back. I'm live in the Satellite Center. Cheyenne Karan Channel.
Okay, now that's just one part of it. And of course, you know, social media was not going for that. No, we do not believe that this young lady unalived herself, okay? Especially by strangulation. I think we all just got a mental thing about knowing better than that. But I don't believe it. We all know it's suspicious. You know what I mean? And I personally think, this is all alleged, hearing that she had strange marks on her neck and them saying, first off, they took his at this point they took his passport. He is still in Africa. He's under further investigation. I'm sure they done found evidence of some other things, and maybe the neck markings don't match, you know, or maybe she got more than one, because now they saying it's a belt around her neck, you know what I mean? But I personally think that he strangled her and that he planted her like that, and maybe he thought she was unalive when he put her up there. And then she woke up and panicked where she was. And then by then the man was coming, because they said that she was alive and that she was just struggling when he ran to get help. And I think she woke up like that. That's just my assuming. It's a sad story, and it's actually a shame. It's not the first time. It's actually something that's been happening. And that's why the internet kind of feels away. It's been a lot of people that's been lashing out about, first, the interracial couple thing, which is no problem, but they went digging, of course they did, into some of her older posts, and she would say some things about black men. I know people say, well, that's not just nothing, and not downplay it. I just feel like it's small when it's compared to somebody being unalive, especially by anybody, you know, by the hands of somebody else. But it seemed to kind of make the black men feel a different way. You know what I mean? Especially when they found all them tweets and some of the things that she said, you know. So let's get into some of that. I'm not making it up, okay? So let me do that. Let me do that while you're doing that. Okay.
Who are you talking to?
To you, Whitney.
Ask me no questions like I'm a child. Y'all want to know what I'm doing all the time. I don't give a shit about what you're doing all the time. You are so nosy, man. You don't even know what I do. Like you said, you never met me. You don't know me. You ain't been in my house. You don't live with me. You don't sleep with me. You don't do shit with me, but talk about me. So watch what you say. Watch what the you say. And if I was really like back in the day in North, I'd meet you outside. I'd meet you outside. But I'm a lady and I have a class.
The authorities down in...
Okay, so that just gave me a second to do what I need to do. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, okay? So I'm going to let her do a run through because she know a little more than me.
Zanzibar feeling that pressure, honey. They feeling that pressure because they done confiscated young... Joe's passport, okay? Now remember, they said this was a suicide. There was no foul play. There was no investigation. They didn't suspect him of a thing. But now, they done took his passport. That means he...
Okay, that was my fault, y'all. My video playing and it's on the wrong thing. I don't plan to be perfect. It's a one-man band. So here we go.
Leave the continent of Africa till they get some answers. Now, here's what BBC is reporting. Officials in Tanzania have confiscated the passport of her fiance, Joe McCann, while he is still being questioned. According to the BBC, local police did not previously suspect him of any wrongdoing. So previously, meaning they didn't think he had nothing to do with it, but minds have been changed. For whatever reason, they don't give a reason, okay? The family says they want to know how their daughter died. Now, it also came out yesterday that Joe had informed authorities that they had got into a heated argument. Such a heated argument that he actually went and stayed in another room, okay? He left the room. So she was in one room and he allegedly was in another room. And it's being reported that she allegedly took clothes from the closet and hung herself in the closet. Now, even though we're seeing all this online, her family says that they haven't got any information directly to them to say that this case has come to a conclusion and that there has been any confirmation on exactly what happened. They're still demanding answers. On top of that, they do have a GoFundMe that they have created for her, and I will go ahead and put that link in the comment section.
And see, people was upset about that. They start throwing that up. Why they need a GoFundMe, and she doing all this, and he had money, and she was an influencer, and all that type of stuff. I don't think any of that matters. You know what I mean? You can't. I just don't throw dirt on the dead like that. You know what I mean? But they gone. They can't come back. The parents just want some answer. We don't know what their finances are like. We know what the internet portrays, and it don't all be peaches, y'all. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, let's talk about all the men who had something to say because they felt the way. Especially she's dating a white man. Let's be for real, and she had some things to say. So I'm a female, so I know I can be a little biased. Men, put your 2 cents into it. So first person that I saw was R. King Gibbs. He said, the D word doesn't automatically earn my respect, especially when you had none for my life while you were alive. Ashlee Janae is no different than Talbot Rankins. I don't condone the violence that took your life, but I cannot honestly support you. That's just part one. And I guess, you know, there's some of the stuff she said. She said, ooh, brother, I see 305 in your bio. Let's talk about all the Miami men, not white bees. They're women still. Or is that too touchy? Go live your life while I live mine. I guess that's what people said to her. And she said back, I'm not getting to that. But now this is Whack 100. They was having this conversation on Clubhouse. Now we know how ignorant Whack can get, and you know he really don't care. But one thing about Whack be saying stuff that people really be feeling. Like they feel that way. Okay? So let's listen. Be a little nosy.
You got mad because I said I have no sympathy for her.
You just said people have to watch how they speak. That means you need to watch how you speak.
That's what I said.
People sound like they delusional and don't know what the fuck they talking about. You
I said I had no sympathy.
Just said fuck her.
And we don't know what you did.
Fuck her. I ain't got no sympathy
on Clubhouse. We don't know what you did with.
Y'all ain't never even met this bitch.
Fuck you.
How many of y'all met her?
We know her.
How many of y'all met her? That bitch ain't nobody.
And these are just some of the stuff. Y'all know I can't listen to that cussing too long. But people was agreeing with him. You know what I'm saying? Of course they ignorant if you ask me. But even if you feel a way, I don't think you got to voice hate when there's death involved. And like you said, we don't know her, but you don't know her either. And she got people that still love her. Whack 100. Okay, ugly. Now, y'all know I am the positive police, okay? So, it do get like that. So, But that don't mean that you have to agree. So you can put your comment in. You can say that is I feel the same way, and that's fine with me. I'm not gonna fight you about it. Okay, just give me a good reason why. Okay. So people was in the comments saying he gonna unalive you. I don't like his expression in the first photograph. Third slide, why he looking at her like that? When they are done playing with their toys, they break them. Now that one was a tough one, okay? Because we do know how ugly and how mean and how scary some of these men can get. Especially, I try not to go there, but I can't lie to you, man. Come on. This is America, and we know about the white man rage, okay? I feel like she was getting too much shine, she was getting too much attention, and maybe she felt like maybe because they was recording, she accepted the proposal. This is all alleged in my assumption. And maybe she didn't really feel that way. You know what I mean? And then they got into a big argument about it, you know? Rejection is a mother, okay? Some people, y'all heard about it on the street. Girls talking about they got slapped or somebody attacked them because they wouldn't stop or give them their number or something, okay? So rejection is a mother. And I'm not just putting it on race. I'm just saying this is a common thing that doesn't happen with a few black girls and white men, okay? It say everyday black men wake up and find new ways to embarrass us. This is something that she said, okay? Same N-words bashing black women be the same N-words calling me a traitor for dating a white man. F out of her, okay? So I can see why some women may even agree with her. You know what I mean? But she's still a young lady who somebody took her life allegedly. That's just what I think and assume. You know what I mean? And I think this gonna be one of the ones I'm hoping we get to the bottom of, okay? Because you know how it happens with that overseas stuff. They don't do the same type of investigating and body autopsy stuff that we do, you know? And then they was assuming that he paid people to say some of this stuff. And there was no cameras that I'm assuming that were around, and they it was something I saw that they said they not allowed to have cameras or something like that. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. But like I said, what Wack was saying is something that a lot of men said. You saw the other guy, he said that on the first day. So, and this just have some coof too. You know what I mean? People that date other people because they feel a way against their own type of race go through a lot. You know what I mean? Whether they show it or not, you know? So, did I have anybody else on that? Yeah. But, and then everybody putting their speculation in, and they were saying that he was all in love with her, but she wasn't, so. I'm right on that. That's all I really gotta say. I just think that realistically, people not saying it, but people do feel a way because of them old tweets and stuff, and they not giving their full support because of them. And I don't know what to say. That's why I said a community, you know, because I don't feel like I'm part of that community. I don't wish or disrespect the dead in no type of way. So I hope they get all that they need, all the information that they need, that are soul rest in peace. And we're gonna move on to our next story. Okay, now I gotta go back. Y'all saw I had to go through some stuff. Lordy. Let's get into Farrah.
She sure did get a.
So, Hairtok has been blowing up, okay? I'm not hip, okay? This is Hairtok. But I knew who this was, and I knew I was a hairstylist. So I know it's a lot of creators out there who are doing jobs for content. You know what I mean? To push their content and get their followers up and get their business booming. So a lot of creators, we saw Tia do it, but Tia go get her hair done. She do her video right then and there. We know who did it and everything, okay? So I'm assuming that this is what Farrah should have did. So this young lady, okay, did Farrah's hair. Promised her that she was gonna do the collab video and was gonna post it and promote her. Now, what I see is like $1,000 plus job, okay? But let's do the run through.
Her hair done for free, and she didn't pay, and she didn't follow through with her collaboration. Let's get into it. So I wake up this morning, I see this thing on Instagram from Hair by FK Slay, and how
FK Slay is the young lady who did the hair.
Never do this one's hair because she won't follow through with her collaboration. She won't pay. She'll be late. She'll be rude. She'll, send nasty messages. I just think that this one thrives in chaos. So this is perfect for her. She probably came up with this herself, or she just is an a-hole that happens to, love to use people for hair. I just went through the comments of this other girl, Hair by FK Slay, and people are like, one time I did her hair, and later she was like, it's purple, you have to fix it. And it turns out this one put a gloss on her. I'm tired of these people with dog hair that want to have ashy blonde hair that don't understand what happens once you have ashy
or something.
So this is what she came in with. This is the young lady finna fix her hair. She come in with all these extensions sliding off the bone, okay? She wants her to go in, highlight the roots, and blend it in. And I think she might have eaten extensions. I'm not sure. That's why I said we talking about $1,000 jobs. And she's trading it for content, okay? I'm going to let them finish and I'm gonna just say something.
So the actual hairstylist who was supposed to be quote unquote a blonde specialist who I actually years, she totally fucked up my hair the last 2 times she did it. And then had zero remorse.
Miss thing, I stand corrected, you don't tape into a hand sewed or hand tied or hidden bead or whatever you want to call them. But that's a big red flag right there. She's trashing in seconds her former hairstylist. That's how you know she's a problem.
Now check, because then the former hairstylist show her video that they did together, her and Farrah.
Us against the world, shaking ass in the parking lot. If we get arrested, haha, baby, laugh it off. I love you, you love me, we batch it, we and I can live for you if it got that deep. Fantasy is a frequency of mine.
Now, this is the young lady that she was just trashing in the last video, okay? Now, Farrah is on TikTok going back and forth and making up all these reasons why she did not do her part that she agreed to with getting her hair done, okay? But I just want to say this because I know we live in a world of content, but to the cosmetologists and hairstylists, we have all these videos about hairstylists and some of them not washing hair and not giving people what they want. But I see a lot of these videos about people trading content and stuff like that. I want y'all to remember that y'all are in a business and that your business still needs to thrive, okay? It's not all about content. Standing on your feet, foiling hair for 2 and 3 hours just to get the beginning of the process going, okay? Because a lot of these jobs take 4 to 8 hours. And then for people to skip out on you like that and not do their part. I just want you to remember, don't be so hung up on content that you just play yourself like that. You know what I mean? You still got a job to do. You still doing wear and tear on your own body. So it's not just about Farrah. It's about all these people. We see it all the time with the people coming in who do the food stuff. I've seen how they go in places and agree to something, then they assume that they supposed to do all this lavish stuff and get all these lavish meals and stuff and not pay for it or pay for anything or not post the content that they supposed to. So a lot of people are getting scammed by this. I don't know how to make sure y'all get y'all part done. Maybe y'all can record in between and post, but it ain't all about the content. It's not. Do your thing, do a great job, and the people will flock, okay? But Farrah, you are just trashy and distasteful, but you've been that way since you were on the damn mama, what's that, baby mama show? What do you call it? I said it earlier. I can't even think of it. But that was just distasteful.
But you're not
You know I'm into hair, so we're going to talk about hair, okay? I'm going to go ahead and skip to our last story, Mr. Nick Cannon, because I'm not past the time, okay? And this one's going to be a listener, okay? So, Nick Cannon sparks debate with Mary. Mary sat down, her and her husband, okay? And you know that they pastors too and Christians. So, he claimed that the Bible is allegorical tales. Now, I've heard of this before, okay? But I got you. I'm going to do it like I had to do. Google, what are allegorical tales? I'm going to read it to you.
Allegorical tales are stories, like fables or parables, that use characters, settings, and events to represent deeper meanings. These tales work on two levels, a surface story and a symbolic one, often conveying moral or political truths.
Okay, I don't know if you got all that. Narratives, fable, parables, or stories where character, settings, and events represent deeper hidden meanings, typically conveying moral, social, or political, or religious truths, okay? But all that to say that he's basically said the stories are false. Basically, they're just story tales. That's what he's calling them. You know what I mean? That just have inspiration to them. So, let's listen to him. Nick Cannon is on the gate with me. I'm about to kick him off, especially since he sat down with Amber Rose. So, now I have to question his theory now because I did see him as one of the just one of the black intellects, you know what I mean? And when it got to this biblical thing, he kind of threw me off. And it does throw me off when we hear all these people who say they believe in God and Jesus. I don't even know if he ever said Jesus, but that does make a big ass difference. You know what I mean? But just like D1 sat down with the Banks over there, I can't think of his name, and they had that big spat. I wanted to talk about it so bad, but I didn't even get to it because things like that I just need to make one video, okay? Because I'll be having a lot to say. So let's listen.
This.
And she got the same one.
I want y'all to listen to this.
Okay.
This was the debate. Nick says
And you
that
gonna
the
agree with me.
Bible is nothing but like
Allegories. Use allegorical
Thank
tales.
you. Look at her face.
It's
Thank
not
you.
a historical
Yeah.
book.
Okay, Mary, I'm with you, Mary.
Yes, it is. You can go back in
If it's not a
history.
historical book, then how come when you go to Jerusalem,
yeah,
not even from a church, but the
You
we
been
were there with
Israel?
the board of tourism.
Yeah.
The board of tourism
Ooh, talk about
shows this is where he died.
Boom.
This is the grave.
I am
Boom.
never
This is-
debating that.
That is
I
Mary's
know whether
debate.
no.
So how you not debating that if they're allegorical stories and we got some proof? This is just the beginning. Listen, I'm sorry. I'm not going to interrupt too many times.
I know what a holy land is. what I was debating
the Jordan River.
is, as we
The
all
Wailing
know,
Wall.
the Council of Nicaea, and all of these things. And I was teaching my sister in Christ about all of these things like Constantine and all of these
Basil,
books. And yes, and what
Gregory of Nazianzus.
Right. And even so much so that even when it got
Now, pastors, listen to this.
and
Pastors,
she got
listen
the
to this.
same one. America, they took scripture out and created a slave Bible. So I was saying, in the sense of like, the word, the true word, is how God dealt with man and is inspired by God. But the actual book that we now see as the King James version or whatever version you have is not a historical book. Now they've gathered all of these tales from even like the tales of Gilgamesh and that which ultimately becomes Noah's Ark and all of those things aren't the actual tales that we follow in this Americanized society.
So are you saying, because you do know some historical places and points, like said the tomb and stuff over there in Jerusalem and stuff, so are you saying you only believe in certain stuff, or some stories too far-fetched for you to believe? Nick Cannon, he's a tricky word. He's a tricky worder. You know what I'm saying? When some people know a lot, so they know a lot of words. I'm going to let him play, because I got to listen a couple times sometimes.
Question.
Get him,
Yes,
get him
ma'am.
now.
Yes,
Get him.
yes,
So
Get
you
him
believe
now.
in God, right?
100%.
You believe you'll stand before him.
100%.
When you stand before him, are you going to say, I couldn't follow you because the book confused me?
Oh, no.
Talk about it.
No, I'm going to say I fall at your feet. And I have been redeemed.
Amen.
And saved, because I know I cannot be the perfection that you are. America, they took scripture out and created a slave Bible. So I was saying, in the sense of like, the true word is how God dealt with man and is inspired by God. But the actual book that we now see as the King James version or whatever version you have.
You better work it out.
John 3:16 says.
Hold on.
Okay.
You got Julius Caesar.
Okay, let's go, Pastor.
Then Alexander the Great. People
Let's
like
go.
that, right?
I know where you're going.
So you read things about them, right?
Right.
And most people believe what they read about
Right,
them. But
that's
now
true.
those things
Right.
that were written about those two individuals in particular was canonized about
Canonized.
300 years after they were gone.
Right.
The Bible is canonized and put together. No more between different theologians' arguments, no more than 70 years after Jesus was gone, which means when they were reading it, they're reading things that they saw. They're going like, and nobody's going, nah, I was there.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you read Luke, there's certain parts in Luke, he says, this happened. Oh, and y'all was there, you saw it.
You said, yeah, right.
And so when you think about it like that, you go like, we believe all this other stuff.
We believe everything else we read.
It was written 300 years. So those are real stories. So my thing is this. You got you were right about when they took the scriptures out,
Right.
that the toast.
You better work it out.
John 3:16.
They would be free.
Right. They took all
And
of
then
the
you got
freedom
other people that
passages
say,
out.
oh, Christianity is a white man's religion because of that.
Right.
But if you really read the whole Bible, you're going to have to go through the whole thing real with a fine-tooth comb to even find a white person.
Right. Facts.
Facts. Just for the people who always say the Bible is a white man's book. I don't know if they would write a white man book where they took white men out of the book. There is no white people in the Bible. That's just one thing to say, because a lot of people like to use that slave version. We know there was a slave Bible, and they took out the parts that benefited them with no other type of context. You know what I'm saying? And people always bring up that about the slaves, because they like, why was the slaves in the Bible? The slaves in the Bible were not the same. The slaves in the Bible were either paying off debts or done wrong things and but they had time frames, and they weren't, you know the difference, okay? And the people that did have slaves and did them wrong, like Egypt and stuff, we know what happened with all of that, you know? So, same thing like in Africa. They had Africans had slaves, but they wasn't tortured and beaten. They might have got captured from the tribes around them, you know, beefing over something, and now they have them, or it was about wives and cattle and stuff like that. It wasn't about owning and torturing people. And then it was time frames on that. It was like jail, like you had to pay it off, you know. So that's a whole different thing. It's some theologicals who can go through it with you. You can Google and start where you like, okay? That's why I say I'm not holier than thou. I'm reading and learning just like anybody else, but I know the Lord, and He showed me who He is, and I know when I heard some crap on the table, okay?
That's all.
That's what I got in trouble for. So we're going to chill out because they cancel me. When I start talking about
I need my job.
You got one more time, and I'm canceling you.
I need my job.
But they can't cancel me.
Tatted on me.
They can cancel me.
God ain't gonna cancel me.
Just come on.
Listen,
You right about God. Amen. You right about
He didn't
that.
ask him, are you okay with me calling Erica? He just called me.
Yeah, you can't cancel who He called.
Yeah.
Can't cancel who is chosen.
That's what.
Nah, that's the truth. See? But I don't know. I'm not going to beat Nick Cannon up. I just think he's like most people that we know. We're going to we believe in God, but we only agree with what pertains to us, what helps us, or what makes us feel good. The things that are mythical or unbelievable or scary or any type of discipline to us or things we have to change, we don't see those parts and we don't want to hear about them, and we just want God to forgive us. So I just think that's what it is, because he believes because he know what he knows, but at the same time you don't believe in everything because you're not okay with it personally. Okay, that's all I gotta say. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you know more than me, I appreciate it. I like to learn. Okay.
I don't let people elevate you, they'll take you down. But if God bring you up,
we just getting started. We ain't even dealt the card yet. We ain't even dealt.
They would be free.
Right. They took all.
And then you got other people.
I think I got through all my people today. I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Just know that we are here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Yeah, 'cause we know, so I creep. Yeah, I just keep it on without love. So nobody else. Okay, so like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm here, because I will be here regardless if you don't. But I see you, I love you, we friends, whether you know it or not, okay? I'm just going to take your friendship because you can't do nothing about it, okay? So just take care of yourself, stay prayed up, okay? Give God all the praise, the honor, and the glory, because the glory is real. Thank you, Glory family. This is From the Streets to Glory. I'm Miss Ashley, and I'll see y'all later. See you on Friday.